ready to flow. Let's dive deep with Pisces Tarot.
Your business is my business. I see every ache, every kiss, the push, the pull, the silent cries. I'm exposing all the lies, revealing the hidden truth. With Mimi, you have the proof. Your business is my business. True. Welcome to Pisces Tarot. True.
Welcome, everybody. This is Pisces Tarot, and I am your host. I am Mimi Lightseer, and thank you so much for tuning in to today's relationship reality. This is part 2. We did get kicked off the previous live, so I will do a brief recap, but I will also link down in the description part 1 that led up to this point, okay? So I am going to skip a few sessions, but I'm going to run everything back down so that you can have some insight about where we are and what is happening, okay? Here we go. So when we first started talking, the divine insight today was covering the difference between intention, motives, and agendas. When we did the overall energy reading, we had the rose kiss, gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunity that it presents. We had the eyes of mystery, which is about mystery, uncharted territory, but yet a deep knowing. We also talked about a person in this particular scenario being in a place where they're doing a fresh start, as well as where you may be seeing globes that is reflective of the opportunities that you have and possibilities. But this is also about your healing. So we did pull our discovery cards, and we have determined that person A in this connection is a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. That's where we were when the connection went out. This is about trying one more time, indecision, aimless drifting, avoidance, fear of change, and a fear of loss. If you and your person are a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, go ahead and drop the water signs in the chat, okay? Person A is coming through as being insecure. They're happily single. They are doing them. They're stress-free. They're setting goals and are career focused. They have dusted off. This is about them being closed off, resistant to change. They have pride. They're defensive. They may be a wounded warrior, and they are emotionally unavailable, okay? Person B, we were in the process of identifying who they are, but currently they feel unloved, okay? There is distance between them and the person A, emotionally or physical distance. They do think that this is trash, and they are at that point of pumping the brakes on this. They're completely like turned off, if you will, by this. And they have proof that you're not really moving with the best of intentions and motives. Therefore, they have started to repurpose their time and their effort and energy into focusing on possibly a promotion at their jobs and or getting their business off the ground, okay? So they have definitely repurposed themselves in a plethora of ways. So where we left off before we were rudely interrupted is, who is person B? Who is person B? All right, let's find out. Person B is coming in as a, we would not get into my business today. Person B is coming in as a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. If you or your person is a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, go ahead and put those earth signs in the chat. I do not consent to us being in my business. I do not condone. I rebuke. I rebuke, okay? We will not discuss these things that should remain nameless. No, I'm just playing, y'all. But anyway, I am looking forward to getting into this reading to find out, what are we talking about here? What is the purpose of us focusing on intentions, motives, and agendas today between these water signs and these earth signs, all right? If y'all ready to get into these tarot cards to figure out what's going on, I want you to go ahead and put the Joker card in the chat. Put your Joker cards and emojis in the chat. All right, here we go. All right, folks, as I confirmed what Spirit has previously shared with me through the psychic and intuitive portion of the reading, we will now integrate the tarot cards with this, okay? And at this time, I will confirm everything that I told you. Now that we have identified their foundational energy, let's evaluate the present thoughts and feelings from this person, all right? So here we go. Spirit, what is person A? What is this Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces? What are they feeling right now? What are they thinking right now? What is their present mind state? Okay, that 2 cards just came flying out. We have the 6 of Swords as well as the King of Wands in reverse. Okay, these 2 cards came flying out. All right. What this tells me is that, thank you. Person A is not particularly happy with themselves in this particular connection. And when I say they're not happy with themselves, we can actually strike the rest of it about in this particular connection. They're not happy with themselves altogether. They feel like a failure. They feel like they have allowed other people to steal their joy. Okay. They feel as though they're a little bit powerless, right? They feel like they've been forced to come to a point that they were not physically and mentally ready or prepared to come into, okay? Where I'm going with this is that person A has a lot of emotional trauma and turmoil that they need to kind of resolve prior to getting into anything really, really serious, which is possibly why we have here the happily single, doing you, stress-free, setting goals and dusting it off, because I feel like you're just doing something to pass time. Your intentions are to distract yourself, okay, from the healing process and work that needs to occur at this time. What makes this very important is that also has shown up in your foundational energy with avoidance, fear of change, and the fear of loss, okay? And also this aimless drifting. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, you're doing a wonderful job at invading and avoiding your healing process. Whatever you just got out of in a relationship that took you under, please believe me, while yes, we have empathy and sympathy for you for going through that, please note that you cannot move forward with that chip on your shoulder like that. Okay, so Spirit, what is this Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces present energy? You're heartbroken. You are absolutely heartbroken right now with this 10 of Cups in reverse. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, somebody did you dirty. When I tell you they did you dirty, they did you dirty. The downfall of this previous relationship stole your optimism, broke your heart. It removed any type of hope for the future. It feels like to me that you have put everything into this particular situation only for it to have turned out disastrous the way that it has. And what relationship I'm talking about is not particularly this relationship. This is a relationship from the past. Okay? Why is this relationship from the past important? It is currently blocking you from being able to see what is in front of you. Okay? What has happened to you in the past has now shielded you from being able to see anything that's good coming in the future. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You cannot move on and find the healthy love that you're looking for if you don't deal with the things that you need to unpack. You got to deal with what happened previously. But putting yourself out there, seeking to meet people only to be closed off and reserved and unavailable is a waste of everybody's time. Yet here you are doing it because you want to have some control over the outcome. Well, let me ask you this. Who does that benefit? You or this other person? So this is what we're talking about when we talk about intentions, motives, and agendas. Okay, that's exactly what we're talking about. Your intentions for a healthy and positive, collaborative, sustaining relationship is not there. Instead, you over here acting like somebody's doing you dirty because they calling you and asking you how you doing today.
Excuse you.
Okay? You cannot be a Krabby Patty and expect for somebody to want to love on you. How does that work? Oh, that's right. It doesn't. Okay? Now, person B, this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. That's too many cards. That's about 5 or 6 cards, Spirit. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. What is their present energy? Okay, so you got 2 cards to pop out too. Earth signs, stand by, y'all. I got it. It's TikTok. All right. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. The undercurrent of your present energy is the 2 of Wands and the 4 of Swords. Now, why is that important? Because in your foundational energy, you're coming in as the 9 of Pentacles. This is about the fruit of your labor, the rewards, the luxury, which is what we saw coming up in the Make It Rain card. Okay, that's where your focus has gone. Okay, but it's also about financial independence. Okay, which is going back to this money. So I ain't lying when I tell you, they not really focusing on you because you full of skit, and they have decided to repurpose their efforts and their energies into their business. Okay, so with that being said, with the 2 of Wands and the 4 of Swords being here, I do see that this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn is really giving thought, a lot of thought, to whether or not they're going to move forward with you or not. Okay, like I said, they're 1 foot in, 1 foot out. With this emotionally distanced card and this trash card, they really are just like, I would like to have you as a partner, as a lover, as a confidant. But I feel like I need to take a step back, which is the distance that we're talking about, because you giving me mixed signals. You keep telling me that you want something of substance, but then your motives are selfish and self-serving, and your agendas say that's not really what you want. So here we are. So what is the present thoughts in mind set of this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Spirit? We got the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, we got the Queen of Pentacles. Again, going back to the fact that they're not worried about you. You are a nice to have. You are not a requirement. Okay? Understand the difference. I would like to have you, but I'm not going to break down if I don't. I would love for you to be the person in my life who makes me feel good, the person who brings a smile to my day, the person I can't wait to call. I would love that. But if you, I see y'all spamming in here, y'all just cannot help yourselves. Anyway, my real fans know better. Okay, they know better. Shame on you, whoever, spiritual healer, whatever your name is, fraud. Anyway, going back to what I was saying. So since they've come to this conclusion that they cannot have you in the way and manner that they would like to have you, they have decided to focus again on their business, on their money, on their income, getting their business off the ground, okay? They looking at you just like, yeah, you ain't what you say you are. You ain't, they really looking at you sideways. Okay, they are seriously looking at you sideways.
What the hell, boy?
Okay, and understandably, with your mouth, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, you have verbalized that you're being intentional about dating, that you're dating to marry, that you want a life partner. But then when it comes down to being actionable, to moving towards those goals, and to have an agenda that's going to align with your intentions and your motives, that box don't check. Because you're so busy being over here, being defensive, and afraid of being vulnerable, afraid of being raw, afraid of, having all the good. Because of all these things, this is why we're here. So we're at an impasse, y'all. And this explains why there's distance between you water signs and you earth signs. Okay? Now, if you can relate to person A, I want you to put a sad face in the chat. And if you can relate to person B's energy, I want you to put some money in the chat. Okay? If your heart has been broken and you're really trying to recalibrate and get your bearings and put yourself out there, just trying to dust yourself off, put the sad face in the chat. And if you are like, you know what, F this, I'm about to go put my mind on my money and my money on my mind because you over here playing games. Bruh. I want you to put the money sign in the chat. Excuse me. Now, what is most favorable about this connection? What is most favorable? Okay. We got the High Priestess in reverse. All right. This is you, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You lack awareness on how to be able to move forward. You're emotionally irregulated. You are mentally exhausted. You are physically tired by all the things that you have been through in this lifetime. Hey, Forrest, welcome back. In this lifetime, as well as for all the other happenings that have happened. And because you have gotten to this point where you have, hey, Mikey, where you have gotten to this point where you're like, just, there's a brick wall here. Okay. I just literally saw a brick wall. Okay. So what does this mean? Okay. What does this mean? Well, what I will tell you is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, you are pretty much spiraling out of control right now. I know you don't want to say that that's so. You probably like, oh, I'm really getting myself back out there. I'm dealing with my stuff and all these other things like that. Okay, a lot of somebody else who don't know better.
Completely not true.
You are spiraling right now. You lack the insight, the capabilities, and the functionality of how to process and deal with your stuff. That's why I had mentioned earlier, prior to before the live cut out, in the last video, I explained to you that you guys need to go ahead and get some type of therapy and some counsel, because this has been so emotionally taunting and draining on you that there is no way that you can be ready for any new relationship. Yet you keep putting yourself out here lying to these men that don't know better, or to these women that don't know better, who think you cute and want to be with you. Meanwhile, you over here, every time they call and text and trying to make plans with you, doing the things for you that other women complain about they men ain't doing. You over here playing mind games.
He's not ready for all of this. It's just...
So the question then becomes, what is really your intention here? Because your motives are sounding compromising and your agenda is heavily flawed. Why do you continue to tell people that you're interested in a long-term sustainable relationship and connection, but when it comes time to give that energy, you ain't nowhere to be found. What you running for? Why you hiding? What are you hiding? So the question then becomes, what feelings are you acknowledging versus suppressing? So Spirit, what feelings, if I could shuffle the cards, what true feelings, look at this. Y'all force, y'all like, What feelings and emotions is this Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces? Okay. Ooh. Y'all, I can't make this up. This is the Three of Cups in reverse. Okay, this is the Three of Cups in reverse. Your heart was broken. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, your heart was broken. You refuse to acknowledge that you're operating with a broken heart. You've been cheated on. With this Three of Cups in reverse, your heart has been broken. And I can understand that, because when you sitting up here dealing with somebody that you're dealing with and you find out that they done cheated on you, that is an awful freaking feeling. And then to say, I gotta go back out there and do it again and put myself back out there? Who doing that? You know, all of us, on behalf of all of us. Now, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but on behalf of all of us, at today's age, you got one good heartbreak in you, and after that, you done. Am I right or am I wrong? You got one good heartbreak in you, and this was it. So, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, you are trying to avoid acknowledge the heartbreak that you have, which goes back to corroborate not only your foundational energy, but it goes into you coming into this present energy with the Three of Cups in reverse. Okay? This is why you're stumbling. Cabela says, you're right. This is why you're stumbling. Struggling to get yourself together. Because you're trying to slowly but surely break down. What signs did you miss? I mean, you're trying to process. This is why you're insecure. Okay? It has been a lot going on. And this is also why you ain't rushing to get back into nothing. And rightfully so. Rightfully so. Hold on, y'all. Okay. I wanted to respond. Okay. So that's that. Okay. Now, what's consequential about this? Whew. This is wild. Well, let me ask the question for earth signs. What is this earth sign? What feelings or emotions is this earth sign trying to suppress or acknowledge? They know what they want to do. This earth sign knows what they want to do. They know where they want to go. They know how they want to do it. This earth sign is ready for something serious. They're ready to be married. Their agendas, their motives, and their intentions are all aligned in a row. But when it comes to you, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, you want this, you're doing that, and you won't do this. You just all over the place. You doing a zigzag, and they just flat. You understand? They just flat. So, the question then becomes, that's why we also got here, y'all. I can't make this up, y'all. Do y'all hear me? This is why we got, I'm really not into you, but I like the attention you give me. Y'all understand this? Y'all be thinking I'm over here making this stuff up. I think y'all be thinking I rehearsed this. I ain't rehearsed nothing. Okay? I don't prefabricate nothing. Everything is raw. Straight out the pack, even the technical difficulties, okay? Now, what is consequential about this? What is consequential about this? Ooh, I got the chills. I'm scared to find out. We got the Ace of Cups. I told y'all this earth sign is not playing no games. You understand? This earth sign is ready for something serious. They are ready for love. They're ready for commitment, and they're actionable towards it. They are actionable towards it. But you over here playing games. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Don't you know that the time is ticking? Don't you know this person will leave you? Or are you so self-absorbed in your hurt and in your pain and misery that you don't even see it? Now, the question then becomes, what energy is this Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces projecting outward versus what they're holding back? Okay? What is this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio projecting? The Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles in reverse. See, you out here wanting somebody to feel sorry for you. Okay? You out here wanting somebody to feel sorry for you. But I'm also gathering that this is also an opportunity for you to be able to actually come into the awareness that you're not ready and be honest with yourself. You're not ready. You are not ready to move forward. Likewise, what energy is this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn projecting outwards versus holding back? We got the Ten of Cups in reverse. They're not happy with the fact that you're not being progressive. Y'all know as much as I know that out of all the zodiac signs, when a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn wants you, they want you. Okay? They want you. I can't see your, I think it says beach bum. You said you are a good reader. I have a lot on my plate. I can't move forward, tied down to elderly parents. Yeah, it's a lot of that going on. A lot of different, things, conditions going on, right? So where I'm saying with all of this is that this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn has made up their mind that you are the person for them. That's what they want. Okay. And they are not happy with the fact that you are not giving them what they want back in return. They're not used to asking people. They're not used to begging people. They're not used to having to pander to somebody, right? They are used to, first of all, they're the ones that's used to playing games. Okay? They are used to playing games. So you playing games for them is like, what? You understand? They don't like that. They are not happy about this at all because they're prepared to do what they got to do to be able to move forward. And you over here playing games. You over here wasting these people good, special, precious time. If you emotionally unavailable, just say that. Stop playing games with people. You understand that? playing games with people. Now, what emotion is Spirit calling you to deal with today? And I want you to go ahead and write that down in the chat. Go ahead and write that down in the chat. What emotion, not feeling, but emotion, is Spirit calling you right now? What is it? What is influencing you to do the things that you're doing right now? That's a good question. And possibly only you know that, right? Now, what do they need to do to heal? I mean, I'm sorry. What is this trying to teach you? What is this trying to teach you? Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, you got to get out your feelings. Okay, you have got to get out your feelings. You are over here acting like don't nothing bother you. You over here acting as though, you know, Jessica said no more. I know that's right. Listen, you over here acting like, nah, for lack of better words, nah. You understand? You are over here acting like this is nothing. Acting like you not impressed. Acting like it's going to be another time coming. What are you waiting on? Don't you know honesty is the best policy? So not only are you going around here lying and deceiving and tricking people into thinking that you're mentally ready. You are creating a false narrative. You are bearing false witness. Okay? You've created this false narrative that you're open, willing, receptive, and ready for love. And here it has come to your doorstep. And you over here playing games. Don't you know somebody would love to have somebody that's ready and serious? And not only ready and serious, but want that with them? But you got that. And you over here bullshitting. Sitting over here, can't understand why and how you got to where you are.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
You over here playing games. And that's not right. You acting like you want somebody to come and save you. Honey, ain't nobody coming to save you from your misery. Ain't nobody coming to save you from your heartache and your grief. Honey, you got to process these feelings and emotions and get over it. But instead, you over here being resistant, prideful, defensive, wounded, closed off, and unavailable. Who wants you like that? You're going to mess around and miss out on the biggest blessing you have had in your lifetime. Because from what I can see, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, all of your relationships have been a miss. All of them has been some form of trash since then. And I understand at this point in your life, you broke down. You are tired.
I am sick. I am sick of your shit. And when I'm not sick, I'm tired. I am sick and tired.
We get it. We get it. We all have been there before. Well, we all are sick and tired of the rigmarole, the uncertainty, the instability, the ambiguity that comes with dating. But again, we have also discussed the importance of having pure intentions aligned with excellent motives and a positive agenda. So you can't get mad when people are coming at you and it's a myth because you're not being honest with who you are and what it is that you're doing. You understand what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna win when you're not even clear about what you want and what you over here doing? What are we talking about here, right? So the question then becomes, what has Spirit been trying to teach you? I want you to drop a star in the chat if you've recently gotten this revelation about what Spirit is trying to teach you. And I want you to put a book in the chat if Spirit had to teach you this lesson the hard way. And don't be shameful, because we all have learned lessons the wrong way, the hard way, and it's unpleasurable. But sometimes people don't learn until you hit your head. So I want you to put a star if you've learned, and a book if you had to learn the hard way. And I want you to write one word that sums up what you believe that Spirit has been trying to teach you in this season of your life. I want you to write that down in the chat. Now, what do you need to do to heal? We got the Five of Pentacles here, reverse again. You got to come out of this season of the woe is me, okay? You over here keep trying to tuck your head in the sand and pretend like nothing is happening. Honey, the heartbreak has happened. It's not happening, it has happened. So the question then becomes, why haven't you stopped to deal with your stuff? Why are you ignoring what needs to occur? Baby, you are nursing these trauma bonds like they're badges of honor on your shirt. You can't win like that, Pookie. You can't win. So the question is, what do you think that you need to release in order for you to renew? I want you to think about that and write it down in the chat. What do you need to release in order for you to renew? Because healing is not a weakness. It is actually a sacred strength. So if you're dealing with sadness right now, I want you to put some water, some tears, a little sad face in the chat. And if you are coming through a breakthrough, I want you to put the fire in the chat. It's time for us to be honest about our mental health and where we are on our journeys. And remember, nobody's judging you. Don't be worried about these folks that's in this live. And don't be worried about the people that's going to come back and watch it later. They got their own journey and their own story, just like you do. Now, what is it that you need to do to be called higher? What is it that you need to do in order to grow? Ooh. The Chariot. Let me tell you something. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You got to get yourself together quick, fast, in a hurry. Do you hear me? You have to take the positives and the negatives of what has happened and go after the things that you want. Okay? You got to go after the things that you want. But you can't do that because you're pretending that there isn't an issue when there is. You know, if this, it's similar to knowing that you have an ailment and you ignoring going to the doctor to hope that the ailment goes away. Ignoring it is not going to deal with the problem at all. So Spirit is telling you today, going back to the truth that you needed to know for your journey, you need to be thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. Because guess what? Even the negative things that happen in life are opportunities for you to exploit. If you don't like something, do something about it. Change your situation. but don't become a victim of it. All these bad actors had to cut a scene in order for you to come across this person that wants to be with you. Do you not see how you got lined up? That was a spiritual alignment. That was kismet. You needed all them jokers to come and go so that you would be available at this exact day, this exact moment, this exact time to be successful in this relationship with this person. But you can't focus on them because you over here getting all upset by this man calling and asking you how your day was. You getting all upset because they want to make plans with you. You getting all upset because they actually want to cuddle you. And you over here looking at them like,
Oh my God, what is that? Oh my God, what is that?
you understand? You're looking at them sideways when they're looking at you with hearts in their eyes. You got to deal with that. And I'm telling you, you got to deal with that because your failure to take action on your healing journey right now is going to cost you a long-term partnership in soulmate with this Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck. That's why Spirit is telling you, you got to hurry up and get yours together and get it together quickly because this person is getting tired of you. And they about to say, you know what? I'm good on this. I'm good, love. Enjoy. You understand? They getting ready to tell you bye. Bye. And they gonna leave and they ain't coming back. Do you hear me? They about to cut on you. So the question then becomes, are you going to choose peace over pressure and uncomfortableness? What are you choosing? What's your decision here? Put the dove in the chat if you really are electing to go the peace route. And put the mind blown emoji in the chat if you just don't know where to start dealing with your stuff. Just be honest. Ain't nobody judging you. Ain't nobody judging you at all, honey. Okay? At all. Now that we've gone through this first pass, it's time for us to dig deeper, all right? Listen, I want you to write one word in the chat that summarizes what you're really thinking and feeling right now in this moment. It's okay if this has you questioning your life. You need to question your life. Because obviously there's some misalignment somewhere, all right? Here we go. All right, so as we dig deeper, I will now examine this situation up close and where Spirit is revealing not only those hidden motives, those unseen layers, and those real aha moments. So I need you guys to pay attention because these clarifiers do not play around. All right, now. What does this water sign need to do to prepare themselves for this? This connection, I would say. This connection. What does this water sign need to do to prepare for this connection? What does this water sign need to do to prepare for this connection with this earth sign? Okay? You got the Seven of Wands. Okay, this card came flying out. It's time for you to decide how you're going to go about dealing with this situation. And really, what Spirit is telling you is not to be afraid of being athletic and going after the things that you really, truly want and the things that you really, truly deserve. You're not competing with nobody else. You're competing with yourself on this, okay? And I know that's hard to process because a lot of times, you know, we're so used to dealing with jokers playing in our face that we don't know how to receive love and empathy and all of the good things that comes our ways when they come. Okay? So Spirit is telling you to keep your confidence aside, keep your confidence inside, right? Don't let the things of the past slow you down. Okay? I understand. I overstand. When you're in a new relationship with somebody or getting to know somebody, you're just really waiting for the other shoe to drop. But I want you to hear me when I say this is not that type of situation, and this is not that type of person. Okay? This is not that type of situation, and it's not this type of person. And this is why it's important for you to differentiate. Understand a real man or a real woman when you see them. Understand that. And understand a bum clown when you see them. You understand? It is important that you have that distinct differentiation. That's where your discernment comes into play. And part of the reason why you're unable to see them for who they really truly are is because you are blinded. You are guarded by things that has happened to you in the past that's putting that veil over your eye. And Spirit is telling you to follow your intuition. But you're choosing not to do that because you're blinded by all the junk that is cluttering your vision. And all you can do is hear what this man is saying, but you don't see him. So, of course, everything that he's saying to you looks and sounds like, sounds like everybody else that you've dealt with.
Clown.
But he's not that. This is a real, sincere, and genuine person. Okay? This is a real, sincere, genuine person who wants to love on you. You have to be open and receptive to this. Give yourself the fresh start that you deserve. Don't bring your baggage, your drama, and your trauma for the last 20 years of your life because ain't nobody asking you for that. Okay? Coming into this relationship with 20 years of heartache and pain, it's not going to be a lick of good for anybody.
Useless sometimes.
That ain't going to work. Okay? That is not going to work. Now, what is this Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces seeing that they don't want to believe? Okay. What are they seeing that they don't want to believe? Ooh, listen. You are constantly seeing the pain of your past. And you are not believing that this is a new opportunity with the new person. You are not seeing their genuine, sincere intention, motives, and agenda because you are still blinded by the things of the past. Can you give me some water?
They said.
Get over it. Get over it. The only way to get over it is to start to think positively and do the work, do the shadow work, which is what I was telling you guys earlier about you possibly needing to go to therapy and or counseling during this time. That's the only way. That's the only way that you are going to be able to prepare yourself. You want a quality love. This person is here And you over here trying to take this person out. Like, what are we doing?
Oh, now we're in trouble.
So you're seeing nothing but heartache and grief. Sorry, y'all. I had to ask for some water. All right. So now, what emotion is this water sign asking to be released so that they can evolve? Okay. What emotion is this Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces being asked to release so that they can evolve? What emotion is this Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces being asked to process so that they can evolve? The Tower card, y'all. I can't make this up. I can't make it up. You got the Tower card. You need, like I said, get over it. It is time for you to process the pain of your past so that you can access the passion of your future. I know it's a lot to ask when somebody has been hurt to accelerate your grief. And you will always grieve the loss of that person, the loss of that relationship, the loss of your interpretation of what the relationship was. You will also grieve the loss of what you wanted the relationship to be. There will be all different types of grief throughout your life when it comes to this person. The things of your past, I should say. The only difference is as life goes on, you will start to minimize that grief. The grief could be this big, just so insurmountable, you can't get over it. But surely and slowly, as you process this through counseling and therapy, that grief gets smaller, 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 and smaller. It becomes so incrementally minute that you don't even think about the pain of your past until somebody brings your attention to discuss something that's relatable to you. But sitting around here trying to avoid the inevitable, trying to avoid having to deal with the things that are going wayward in your life is not going to change your outcome. That's not going to change the future. Yes, it is rough. I understand nobody wants to sit around and do shadow work. It's unpleasurable.
The ghetto!
Shadow work is rough. And you can't do it all at one time. You can't take a crash course on healing. There is no expediting of shadow work. That happens quantitatively over time. And as you quantitatively heal, your life quality improves. You understand do y'all understand what I'm saying? Am I making sense to anybody? If you hear what I'm saying to you, put the ear in the chat. So what I'm telling you is you're being asked to release the misery of your pain. The same thing I just said. Spirit is saying you got to get over this heartbreak. You got to get over your loss. You got to get over your grief. You got to get over your sadness. You got to get over your embarrassment. I mean, can we get real about how it feels when things don't work out as anticipated? What? It gets to be so ugly. When you go through a massive breakup with somebody, it is humiliating. It is embarrassing. There's a lot of vulnerability and despair that is there. It makes you feel guilty, and it's emotional, and rightfully so. No one is telling you that you don't have a right to feel the way that you feel. Honey, I don't know what you've been through, but I know pain. I know grief, and I know misery. And you are over here wearing your pain on your shoulder as if it's a badge of honor.
All the time.
It doesn't work like that. At the bottom of the deck, you also have the King of Swords in reverse. You're not being honest with yourself, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You are not being honest with yourself. You got to tell you listen, you can lie to everybody else about what you're thinking, about what you're feeling, what your processes are, all of this internal stuff. You can lie to the world. But one person you cannot lie to is yourself. You can't do it. Okay? You cannot do it. So, if this is making you emotional, I want you to go ahead and put the tear drop in the chat. And if this is really stirring up you in a positive way, I want you to put a rainbow in the chat. Okay? If you're feeling a little bit emotional or sad, put the teardrop in the chat. But if this is making you feel a little bit excited to rethink things, I want you to put the rainbow in the chat. And let's get to our final outcomes, shall we? Here we go. Let's be honest, before I move forward, if Spirit has revealed something to you that you didn't want to see before, I want you to type in the chat, I see it now, to claim your breakthrough. Type in the chat, I see it now. I can see it now. All right. Now, as we start to shift to assess the potential final outcomes, I say potential because I cannot control nor predict free will. I can only tell you what the energy suggests. And we all know that energy is fluid. Okay. So you may be hearing something that I'm telling you today, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and you probably like, I don't want to lose my man. Okay. That could be you. Spirit has shown us clarity, chaos, and choice. Spirit lights up the path, but it's up to you to walk it. All right. And this is where your freedom and your free will comes into play. You have the power to create your own next chapter. All right. So, what is the final outcome? What is the final outcome? Will this Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, will they reconcile? What is the potential final outcome here? Will this Cancer, Scorpio, what is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn reconcile? All right. So first things first, excuse me. We got the 6 of Cups. Okay. Followed by the 7 of Coins. And the 10 of Coins, or the 10 of Pentacles. Okay. Now, what does this tell me? Thank you, Christian. What does this tell me? This tells me as you go back to do your healing and reflection work, you're really going to do a lot of work to better understand how and where things went wrong, to better understand where were the breakdowns, the pain points, and things that you could have been differently. In other words, this is not answering my question, but this is giving me insight that you will be looking forward to processing your grief and your emotions. Will this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and this Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, will they reconcile? We got a yes card here. Okay. This card is represented by Judgment, which is major arcana. Okay. Which is reflective of judgment, rebirth, inner calling, new phase. Okay. Which is what we're talking about. Absorption, absolution, reckoning, awakening, redemption, forgiveness, and mercy. Okay. It's all here. It's all here. So yes, you will be reconciling with this person, but not before you've done the work on you to get your mind, your heart, and your spirit in the right place to receive this person.
Bomba.
Otherwise, if you don't go about doing this the right way, this situation is not going to work in your favor, and you're going to hurt someone else the way that you have learned to be hurt by other people. Hurt people hurt people. Okay, hurt people hurt people. Okay, we don't want that, and we don't need that. All right, okay, be healed, be healthy, and be whole. All right, so what I am picking up on there is that yes, you will reconcile, but it won't be before you do some reflection and some retrospective work to try to heal, which is highly recommended, because I am feeling all the pain, all the misery, and all the sorrow. Okay, I am feeling these things. And then we got the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck in reverse. Okay, let me hold it so you can see it. So if you don't start to deal with yourself and deal with these things, I do feel like this earth sign is going to back on out the driveway. Okay, I don't think that they're going to sit around and continue to put themselves in harm's way by dealing with somebody who's not ready for them. And I do feel strongly like as they evaluate you, because let's keep in mind, dating is an evaluation process. It is an assessment. Okay. And I do feel like while they are reviewing you, they're looking at how you've been conducting yourself, making decisions on whether or not they should continue to go down this path with you or not. I do strongly feel that this person's going to get tired of you.
All a bunch of bullshit.
Okay, I do feel like they're going to get tired of you. And I feel as though it's only so many days that they can reroute their energy to their business or to their jobs before they say enough is enough.
Hold up.
Okay, I do see them getting tired of this. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm tired for them. Okay, we all know what it feels like to be played with and toyed with. And don't nobody want to be played with or toyed with. We too grown for that. We grown folks with grown business and grown needs and responsibilities. Ain't nobody got time for the shenanigans. Let's be real. I also understand that this may be a scary time for you to deal with your healing. And I say that because the eyes of mystery is here with uncharted territory and a deep knowing. So I say this to say, you know, in your heart of hearts, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, that you do need to do some shadow work. You do need to do some healing. You do need to work on aligning yourself in a healthy manner that is going to be beneficial and fruitful for you in the long run. You can no longer sit back and pretend like none of this stuff has happened.
I am disgusted.
You understand? We can't continue to go down this path. And Spirit is telling you, if you continue to prolong your healing, you will accelerate additional loss in your life.
Be very careful.
Everybody ain't coming back once they gone. And what I am gathering from this particular person is once they gone, they gone. They one foot in and one foot out. Remember that 2 of Wands that came out? One foot in, one foot out. You was on your way out. Trash. Okay? Throwing away. Getting rid of and tossing out. They is tired of you. Do you understand? They is tired.
What?
You know how much money they've been investing in taking you out on dates? You know how thoughtful they've had to be to make plans and to try to spoil you and to love on you and to give you all the feels, all the beautiful things that's out there? They are certain about you. They're certain about you. You done came and gave them all the fun, all the bells and whistles. You done rang they bell. And that's all you've been doing is being you. But when it comes to them receiving something from you, damn! It's like trying to win the lottery without knowing what numbers to play. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, you got to do better. All right, let's see. Angels, what messages do you have for this water sign dealing with an earth sign? What messages do you have for this Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces in a relationship or situationship with this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn? What messages do you have for this Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces that is dealing with this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn? Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualize help bringing you together. Okay, so you may be getting to the point now, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, once you do your healing work, you may have come to the conclusion that this person does not want to be bothered with you. They are distant from you. They are sick and tired of you. They feel like this is trash. They got proof that you over here wasting their time. Who wants to sign up for something that ain't going nowhere? Who wants to just spend time with somebody and you ain't gonna never get to where you're trying to go? It's never ever land.
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
Don't nobody want that. Just like you don't want that for you, don't give that energy to somebody else. You understand? Be honest and sincere about who you are and what it is that you're hoping to get from this. All right. Now, Romeo and Juliet. Romeo and Juliet. What words of advice do you have for this Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces and this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn? Fake death, disguise, concealment, keeping secrets and hidden truth. Okay, when we talked about those motives, okay, or agendas, you over here pretending like you healed, pretending like you ready, concealing the fact that you got work to do. And let's be very brutally honest, folks, because I'm not just coming at you. I'm telling the truth on behalf of all of us. We all got work to do. We all got things to process. We all conceal the secrets and hide things that we don't want nobody else to know. But some people's traumas show up more than others. And when you're operating from a closed heart space, there is no way on this side of life or on another side, you are going to have someone who is going to come at you and offer you this collaborative, rosy, sweet relationship, and your heart is closed. So when you operate from that closed heart space, you will never get the life or the relationship with someone else that you wanted to have, because you're disallowing and disabling yourself from being able to move forward in a healthy manner that is productive.
Guess we'll never know.
Out of curiosity, Spirit, what thoughts does this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn have towards this Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces? What thoughts does this earth sign have for this water sign? I have healed myself is what they say. So they also have been through their own trauma, which is what I just said. They also wish that they could have treated you better before. So they're wishing that you didn't have to go through these things. They wish that they would have met you sooner. Okay. But they're also recognizing that they too have been hurt. They too have gone through their own hardships and pain. Okay. So again, you're not the only one that's been hurt before. Do you understand that? This Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn just made the best out of their situation. Okay, they've done the work on themselves. Now, that, like I mentioned earlier in the beginning of this reading, I don't know if it was before my live got disconnected or not, but remember we talked about receipts and having evidence of them seeing you somewhere. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, this earth sign said that they left you alone, which is where their distance is coming from, when they saw you with someone else. Okay, they saw you with somebody else with their own eyes. Now, it might not have been what they thought it was, but they seen you out somewhere with somebody else. Okay, you've been caught. All right, you have been caught. And they want you to know that they often have memories of you. Okay, so they've been thinking about you a lot during this time apart because they like the way that you make them feel. They just don't like the way you treat them right now. They feel unloved. How do we know that? Because it came out right here. They feel unloved. So now I got to ask, ooh, this is what I meant to pull, but then I picked these cards up. What is the hidden truth? No, I'm going to wait for that one. This is where I was trying to go. Spirit, what are some real life thoughts that this Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces has towards this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn? What are some real hidden thoughts that this Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces has towards this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn? They want to know, or Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, you want to know, do you still think about me? Do you still want me? Do you still love me? I need to know if I should move on. I am hurting. Listen, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, you got a whole lot of hurt. A whole lot of hurt that you over here operating with. Now, how you curious to know if this person still wants you, but then you ain't even right within? You understand? You ain't even right from within.
Apologize.
Now, what else does this Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces have? What other thoughts do they have towards this earth sign? What other thoughts and feelings do they have towards this earth sign? I'm learning how to love myself thanks to you. Y'all, I can't make this up. Do you understand? They are Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, you are learning how to love yourself because of this earth sign. Listen. Do you understand? You better get your self-esteem together, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. What other thoughts do they have towards this earth sign? I was hiding my true feelings from you because I was scared of commitment and I didn't want to lose my freedom. Didn't we talk about that? Happily single, doing you, dating, stress-free, setting goals, career-focused. It's all there. One last thought that this, okay. I'm starting to panic. It's been so long since I've heard your voice. Okay? So, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, yeah. You deserve to be on ice the way that you've been acting right now. You are not acting like someone who wants to be loved by a person who is ready to love. Last card, Spirit. What is the hidden truth? What is the hidden truth about this relationship between this water sign and this earth sign? Okay. Each day with you is a blessing, a gift I cherish with all my being. Y'all, didn't I tell y'all at the beginning of this reading that they're feeling all the feels? They feeling ways they ain't never felt before. They in love. And remember I told y'all, I don't know if it's in this video or it was the one that I'm going to have to link in the description box, that they get all the feels. They ain't never, ever felt like this about anybody. Well, that's you. Okay? So, with that being said, I want to know what surprised you the most today. What about this reading surprised you the most today? I want you to think about that and write it down in the chat. And if this got you shocked, I want you to go ahead and put that shocked face in the chat, because it's not instant. It is plausible. It is very plausible. All right. So, with that being said, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's relationship reality with PiSeas Tarot. I am your host. I am Mimi Lightseer. All right. I want to thank you so much for your time and rocking with me today. I want you to think about the reflective questions and decide and write down in the chat. What are you choosing today? Are you choosing peace? Are you choosing clarity? Are you choosing healing, love? What are you choosing today? I want you to claim what you choose today and walk away with that energy. All right. Now, I understand, y'all, that this has been a journey. All right. And I thank you so much for entrusting me with that process for you or with you. Right. If something hit deep, go ahead and put a heart in the chat and let me know what resonated with you most. Okay. But before you go, make sure you like and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Mimi Lightseer and join my growing community. Finally, I want you to remember that everyone is fighting a battle that you cannot see. So be kind, patient, and gentle with others as much as you are with yourself. How people treat you is not your business, but how you respond is. Make sure that you leave a little bit of love everywhere you go today, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.